Welcome back to Aqua Goddess Tarot. So if you're new, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. So Gemini, our thinkers, our great communicators. Let's see what's going to be happening for you in this Mercury in retrograde period. So first we're going to start with the Moonology. So it says, bring love into the situation. So your communication is going to be key. Like, already you're really good at analyzing things and seeing things for what they truly are, and because you're so like finessed with the words, you're going to be a beautiful person to be able to come and bring love into the situation, especially with quarantine, especially with social justice and protests. You just have a way of bringing that in there and believe in the impossible. So the Gemini is the youngest of the mental signs, of the air signs, and believing in the impossible is one of the laws of the universe, the laws of manifesting. And so if you can master this, because a lot of times Geminis can get stuck in anxiety, can get stuck in overthinking, analysis paralysis. They can think so well and think of something such in a like beautiful way, but then not take an action on it. Believe in the impossible, even if you can't figure it out, you can't thunk it, like you can't figure it out just yet. Don't worry about it at all, because like you got to believe in the impossible. That's a part of like bringing the love into the situation. And you are our communicator sign. Like, we are waiting for you all to kind of step up into like really bear that message, step out of your comfort zone into your North Node. So kind of like what I was talking about, where it's like air signs in general, but especially Gemini can get stuck in the anxiety and stuff. And that's really rooted in your South Node. And your South Node is everything that you come into this life being able to do, but your soul no longer needs it as much. Whereas your North Node is the things that you need to work on, and your soul is really going to reward you for being able to do that. So step out of your comfort zone. If you feel like, oh, I don't feel like I'm the speaker, I don't feel like I'm the one, I'm usually the one who kind of stands in the back. Nope. You got to stand in the front, because you standing in the front is going to lead us in the direction we need. So here we have another Aquarius card, which it says, show the world the real you. So during this Mercury in retrograde period, you're going to be going internal. You want to step out of your comfort zone, and you're afraid of being judged. Like, you're afraid of like you not having necessarily all the superficial aspects that you think that a person during this time needs to have, but it doesn't matter. Like, even if somebody critiques you, it doesn't matter. Like, the universe is asking you and calling you forward to deliver a message and to be the message bringer exactly as you are. If you change yourself, it would be pointless. Like, that's not what the universe is asking for you or from you. And it says emotions are running high. So a lot of times when the mental aspect is not being connected, the emotional aspect too is being like feeling like closely tied, because water is right after air. So if you balance your mental aspect, you'll be all good, like with the emotional aspects. But once your emotions get involved, you also have to understand that you kind of have to do double work of going back. And the root of it is the mental aspect. Working on the mental aspect, and then actually going through the emotional aspect and clearing that out too. And it really is, it just brings you anxiety. Like, you've come up with all of these internal like mind play kind of things that you feel like life is, and believe in the impossible. It's not always that. Yes, some people are like that. Sometimes it's like this deep conspiracy theory, and other times it's just like people just trying to figure out their way in life. Page of Wands, which is the person who like comes up with not only the idea, but the person to initiate. So your idea and you forming your communication is going to give others kind of the inspiration to take an action. So you are step number one. You're the person who comes up with a great idea, and you face it forward, and you face it in a direction, and other people are the people who continue to carry it and bring it forward. The Six of Pentacles is just talking about that balance. Like, you want to be able to help those less fortunate, and especially you want there to be justice. Like, you feel that way, and I think that you're not necessarily wanting to step out in front. You don't feel like you want to be the person. You're afraid in a lot of ways, but your heart is really saying like you want to be the person that is bringing forth that justice. Yep. The Queen of Pentacles also like bringing forth and bringing people safety. You are a very nurturing person, and you want to make them feel safe. And you know that them feeling safe is going to change their life. It's going to change the trajectory. But you're like, during this Mercury in retrograde period, you have to go on the inside, and you have to work out everything that's going on, no matter how difficult, no matter how tough it is. Like, just work out what's going on, because these external things are going to come very easy to you, and it's a part of your mission. And then the Two of Swords, because you're an air sign, you know, this is a difficult placement for you, because swords are all about the mental. You feel like you're being blindfolded, you don't necessarily know, and you're being given a choice, one of two things. And probably the two choices are to remain stagnant and do nothing, or to, you know, have a change, or to do something, or enact change, or enact something new without really knowing the full picture. And really, like, you know, she's a badass in this. Like, she can handle it. She can handle everything. Like, you know, she no longer needs her eyes anymore. She no longer needs that in order to be able to go forward. And the Ten of Cups, ultimately you are driven by the hope to have this kind of utopian society, to have like a place of healing, to have a place where everybody is happy. That's what you want. And I think that mentally you can get stuck in thinking like, oh, it's not going to happen, or like your emotions start to jump in there, and then you're like, oh, like, when am I going to do X, Y, and Z? But that's where you want to go. So just don't lose sight of that. And then your soul card is the solar plexus upside down. So yep, it's everything about confidence. So basically you have to step outside of your comfort zone, and you have to show the world who you are. And that leads with confidence. And like I said with the air signs, don't get caught up in the anxiety. Then don't let your like emotions seep into it too. You are a very confident person. Like the downside about Geminis is that at the lowest point, a Gemini can be very, very insecure, which shows like the solar plexus chakra is kind of out of balance. But at the height, what do we say about Geminis? We say Geminis are full of themselves. And this is really an opportunity where you need to go in and you need to fill yourself up, and you need to do this work and be grounded in things that actually make sense, which is bringing love into the situation. It's not about any of this other stuff. It's really just about bringing that wholeness and love. And you want to be full of yourself. You want to be whole, because when you start to interact with other people and you're able to enact change and do these things, you're going to do it from a place of power and do it from a place of empowerment, as opposed to doing it from a place of fear and anxiety and insecurity. So, Gemini, I hope you enjoyed this reading for your Mercury in retrograde. It's going to be happening in June and July. It's going to be deeply in Cancer, so that energy, things internally. Just remember, okay, Gemini, most importantly, you are ruled by Mercury. So your communication, and Mercury is a sign of communication, and communication is going to be particularly tough on yourself. So just work on that internal stuff. Don't feel like you need to lean too much on like the external trying to communicate. Your computers and your fax machines, they're going to be acting all types of crazy, but don't worry about it at all. This work is really saying that you are going to be the speaker. You are going to be the person who comes to the understanding of what's going on, especially during these times. So go ahead and subscribe to your girl. Let her know that she is loved. Go ahead and give me a like. You know, comment if there's anything coming up for you in this reading. And if you want to see, you know, celebrity readings and as well as pick a card, you can see that there. So until next time, bye.